These are the materials you're gonna need to do this job. 1000 grit wet sandpaper, 2000 grit wet sandpaper, some painter's tape, non-adhesive so it doesn't leave a backing on your paint, clear coat, and isopropyl alcohol. So we just finished sanding with 1000 grit, 2000 grit, and then clear coating these lights. This is what they look like before. A little cloudy and nasty, just disgusting. And we're gonna show you. Alex is gonna spray a whole bunch of water on the lights right now. And what you do, you wanna really coat them really good with water. And this stuff works great if it's coated really well. And do the whole light like that with 1000 grit, and then do it again with 2000 grit. We're back here. Here's what it looks like, the finished product. And we've sanded with 1000 grit. And you want it to be real milky haze on the outside after it's dry. And then you see that spot right there, it is not as milky. That spot needs to be done a little bit more. And you can see for sure what spots need to be done when you use rubbing alcohol on the lens and then let that dry. You see how it's drying like that? When it dries, the spots that are not milky, those are the ones you need to go back and hit again. So over here, a little bit more is needed, but the rest of the light is pretty darn good. Okay, the rubbing alcohol is dried after we have done this last bit over here and looks ready to do the 2000 grit. So we're going to start with the 2000 grit now. Remember, liberal water usage. Really get in there and get a lot of water. Last thing you want is to be using wet sandpaper dry, especially on a surface that you're going to want to look at. We have done another 2000 grit and wiped it down with a paper towel, and now we are going to use rubbing alcohol again as a test. Go ahead and put that on there, and wherever there's an area that doesn't film back up, see how that, boom, just like that. It's real cloudy, that's what you want. Now that you've taken all that old residue off of there, all that old clear coat off of there. Seeing that dissolve right before your eyes. Okay, now it is ready to spray. Okay, we're getting ready to spray first coat. Make sure you're about 6 to 8 inches away. And then let it dry for about 10 minutes. What it looks like all said and done. Tell they're a lot better looking now. Brand new.